In the heart of bustling New York City, two souls, Liam and Ilara, found their worlds colliding in the most ordinary of places. A crowded subway car. Liam, an architect with a love for old buildings and forgotten histories, was sketching a skyline in his notepad. Ilara, a florist who saw stories in every petal, was clutching a bouquet of crimson peonies, their scent a fragrant shield against the city's grime. The train lurched, and Ilara stumbled, her flowers tumbling right into Liam's lap. Laughter, apologies, and an instant connection followed. For the next few stops, they talked as if they'd known each other for years, sharing dreams and discovering a startling number of mutual interests, from a love for rainy day jazz to a shared favorite hidden bookstore. As Liam got off at his stop, he handed her a quick sketch of the peonies, with his numbers scribbled at the bottom. It felt like the beginning of a beautiful story. Their first date was magical. A walk through Central Park, a shared ice cream, and hours of conversation that flowed as easily as the park's gentle streams. They were two pieces of a puzzle that had finally found their fit. But life, as it often does, had other plans. Liam received a once-in-a-lifetime job offer in London, an opportunity to restore a historic landmark he had admired since college. Ilara, meanwhile, was on the verge of expanding her small flower shop, a dream she had poured her heart and soul into. The timing was terrible. With heavy hearts, they agreed that a long-distance relationship, just as they were beginning, was an impossible mountain to climb. They said a tearful goodbye at JFK Airport, promising to never forget, but silently vowing to try and move on. Ilara poured her energy into her shop, petal and stem. It blossomed, becoming a neighborhood favorite. She dated, met nice people, but no one ever made her feel the way Liam did. His memory was a ghost that lingered in the scent of certain flowers, in the pages of old books, in the melody of a distant jazz tune. She tried to convince herself it was for the best, that their chapter was closed. Across the Atlantic, Liam excelled in his work, but London felt grey without Ilara's vibrant energy. The historic buildings he restored held stories, but none as compelling as the one he had started with her. He, too, attempted to date, but every new face only made him miss Ilara's more. The sketch of the peonies he'd given her remained tucked in his wallet, a faded but cherished reminder of what he had let go. 2 years passed, 2 years of missed calls that were never made, of texts that were typed but never sent. Both had built successful lives, yet a crucial piece was missing. They were haunted by the what-ifs. One rainy afternoon in London, Liam was seeking refuge in a small, cozy cafe. He overheard a familiar American accent at the next table. He glanced over and his heart stopped. It was Ilara. She was in London for a floral design convention. The world seemed to shrink, leaving only the two of them in a bubble of disbelief. The air crackled with unspoken words, with the weight of 2 years of silence. They sat and talked for hours, catching up on lost time. The connection was still there, stronger than ever. It was as if no time had passed at all. The old spark reignited, not as a gentle flame, but as a bonfire. This chance encounter felt like a sign, a second chance they couldn't ignore. But the same obstacles remained. Liam's project in London had been extended, and Ilara's business in New York was thriving more than ever. The Atlantic Ocean was still between them. Standing under a London street lamp, the rain casting a soft glow around them, they faced the same painful dilemma. Fear and practicality warred with the undeniable pull of their hearts. "It's impossible," Ilara whispered, tears welling in her eyes. "Maybe impossibilities are just challenges we haven't faced yet," Liam replied, his voice thick with emotion. Another goodbye seemed inevitable, another heart-wrenching separation on the horizon. They promised to stay in touch this time, but the promise felt fragile, easily broken by distance and time. Back in New York, Ilara felt the ache of his absence more profoundly than before. The city felt emptier. A week after her return, a massive, unexpected bouquet of rare blue orchids arrived at her shop. The card had no name, just a beautifully drawn sketch of the London cafe where they had reunited. Her heart leaped. Every week, a new delivery arrived, a collection of jazz records they'd talked about, a rare book on architectural history. Each gift was a breadcrumb, a thread connecting their two worlds, a testament to Liam's refusal to let her go again. He was closing the distance, one thoughtful gesture at a time. These weren't grand, empty promises. They were small, tangible pieces of his heart, delivered right to her door. Ilara knew she couldn't keep living a half-life. Her business was her dream, but what was a dream without someone to share it with? She started researching. She discovered a network of international florists, a community that offered opportunities for collaboration and even business exchanges in major cities, including London. A new possibility began to form in her mind, a daring, terrifying, and exhilarating idea. Could she take her dream with her? Could she transplant petal and stem not just to a new location, but to a new continent? The thought was overwhelming, but the thought of another year without Liam was even more so. She had to try. Meanwhile, Liam was making plans of his own. He was a partner at his firm now. His success gave him leverage, influence. He began talking to his superiors about a new initiative, opening a North American branch of their historical restoration firm. He argued passionately for a New York office, citing the city's rich architectural heritage and untapped potential. He spent sleepless nights drafting business plans and proposals, driven by a singular goal: to build a bridge back to Ilara. He wasn't just restoring old buildings anymore. He was trying to restore their future. He was willing to move mountains, or in this case, oceans, to be with her. One crisp autumn evening, Ilara's phone rang. It was Liam. But his voice sounded different, closer. "Can you look out your window?" he asked. Confused, she walked to the front of her shop and peered into the twilight. There, across the street, bathed in the warm glow of a street lamp, stood Liam. He was holding a single, crimson peony. He had flown across the ocean, not just for a visit, but for good. He explained his plan, how he had secured the backing to open a new office right there in New York. As he spoke, Ilara started laughing through her tears. She held up her own phone, showing him the finalized application for a florist exchange program in London she had been about to submit. They had both been willing to cross the world for each other. A perfect, unspoken symphony of commitment. They met in the middle of the street, the city's frantic pace fading into a blur around them. This time, there were no goodbyes, no what-ifs. Only a profound sense of coming home. Their story wasn't a fairy tale of love at first sight, but a testament to love's endurance. It was a story of two people who chose each other, not once, but over and over again, against time, distance, and logic. Fate had brought them together, but it was their courage and unwavering love that finally allowed them to stay. They learned that the right person makes any place feel like home, and true love isn't about finding a perfect path, but about being willing to build a new one, together. Thank you for watching. We hope this story touched your heart. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Noble Heart stories.